Hello, everyone. Okay, hope you're all doing great. Got a lot of people watching today. So, hi Charlene, hi Mia Gigd, hi Dear Ruby, hi Sean, hi Dungeons and Chronics, and hi Dungeon Matron. Hope you're all doing great. With me today are Mike from Net One Videos and DM Scotty, the Craft Father. How are you guys?
Hey,
Doing good.
everybody.
Trying to figure out how to mute YouTube again.
It's the button in the corner, man. It's the button in the corner.
I'll just press it there. Okay, cool.
Yay!
Man.
Technology. Right. Quick summary of today's streams. First of all, DM Scotty is a new book coming out, which is Wasted World, a post-apocalyptic role-playing game. And instead of doing the usual sit-down where you talk about the rules and stuff, we thought let's make a crafting challenge where everyone builds post-apocalyptic terrain. And as we go along, we'll also be able to talk about the book.
Yeah, and I've been making my own, so
Yeah, excellent.
I've definitely been making my own.
So before we start, there's a question that everyone has been asking. When will the book be out?
It should be any day now. So I'll go ahead and get it out of the way, the secret of the book. Okay. So we had an issue with drive-through. And Brandon, who is Runehammer, had to take a trip. So we dealt with as best we could. And it would take like another 3 or 4 weeks to get again. So the proof corrected again. So what we did is we decided, Runehammer, Brandon decided he is going to print the book. Okay. So he has a printer, and we should have the proofs very soon. It should be any day that we have the proofs from them, because they're a lot faster than drive through. So a couple of good things about this, right? You can go directly to his site and get the book, okay? And there's no 3 or 4 week wait, right? It'll be days instead of weeks, right? That you get the book. So I'm so happy about that. That's fantastic. And I know people have asked me about, oh, could we get books for our store or whatever like that? It's hard because drive-through does the print on demand, and so that kind of thing. But we'll have books now. So if somebody wants more or for their store, and they don't have to wait. They don't have to wait the 3 or 4 weeks to get the books. So yeah, that's the big news.
So you don't actually have your own hard copy just yet?
No, I do not. I do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was hoping that you'd be able to hold one up.
But I've seen the PDF, but I don't have I haven't touched a hard copy yet, or my own copy.
It will come. It will come. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, I've dropped links to the Runehammer Games site and to your own Discord,
Awesome.
so that if anyone wants updates or stuff, that's where you want to go.
Yeah, it'll just pop up there. I mean, I'll definitely say when it happens, but yeah, it'll just pop up there when he's ready. So be on the lookout. Any
Just
day
one other
now.
question.
Any day now.
Is it still the same artist who did a lot of your illustrations?
Yeah, there are a lot of fantastic illustrations. So Sean Bova, who did the illustrations for the other books, has done them for Wasted World, and they're off the chain great. I mean, they're just really, really cool.
I think he, from what I've seen, he really stepped it up for this one. It's on another level from Easy Fantasy. I think
Yeah,
he
and I think
was.
there's
I think
even
he really
more
enjoyed
art.
it.
Yeah, in this book than the other. So very cool. It's very cool.
Awesome, man.
Right. Okay. So before we talk further about the book, how about we take a look at the submissions and start going through
Yes,
them?
please. Yes, please.
Okay. Just one thing, in case anyone has any last minute stuff to throw in here, I'm just going to drop in a
Nice.
link again.
Cool.
Okay. I see Quest Bortarin also joined us. Hi there. And Dungeon Mate. I don't know if I mentioned her before, but hi, Lisa. And if anyone wants to jump into the call while we're showing their stuff, I'm going to also drop in the Zoom link. So bear with me,
Oh,
please.
that's great. Yeah. Who are we starting with?
I think we're starting with Earthman Brick.
Okay, cool.
Which probably is a very good place to start, considering his proclivity to post-apocalyptic
Okay,
scenarios.
I see here he's also working on some other stuff as he's watching. So yep, we'll probably come back to him later.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, hi, Abandoned Arms. Good to see you. And let's see where they. Oh, here we go. Okay, Steve, if you want to jump into the call in time, let's see here. Starting out with some. Ooh, wire fence.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Very
Straight in, no kissing right there. That's
right. So, is there wire? I wonder if there's wire that he uses for the top of that, or does he twist that himself?
so I am pretty sure that so the actual fence itself is it's actually material, right?
I think it's screen mesh. You know,
Yeah,
the,
like
the mosquito
Okay,
netting
yeah,
kind of
I
thing.
see. Right. Because
Um,
because there's granny grating. I use that a lot. Yeah, this looks like actual mesh. I think this is actual zooming in. I think this is actual drywall mesh
Could also be that, yeah.
that you
could be that.
put over drywall to help hold the.
Who's the guy who does the railway trains? Is it Luke Towan or something?
Yeah.
I think that he did it with like you can get it in big rolls.
Like chicken wire kind of thing.
It's not chicken wire, but it's basically material, but it's just like, well, I don't know. Is Steve there? Is he going to jump in? I reckon he normally jump in.
I dropped the link, so let's see. Oh, Zoom is demanding an update and won't let him join.
Update it, Steve. Update it.
Oh, and Sophie's saying it looks like a great source of tetanus. Yeah, it does.
And very effective. It looks great.
I think.
Okay, I think the sign is the way that Steve usually does them is he cuts them out of PPE catalog and then withers them up.
Cool.
But yeah, I suspect that he did twist that wire himself.
It's very effective.
Oh yeah.
It looks great.
Jumping onto next.
So the little sign though, right? I mean, if it's anything like some of what Steve's done before, it's cut out from magazines, right?
Yeah. I think I had mentioned at one time that he gets these PPE catalogs and then just snips out signs and stuff. It does save a hell of a lot of time.
Chicken wire. I'm trying to find that out for Lisa. What's it called? There is a name for if it's what I think he used.
Okay, let's move on to the next picture while maybe Steve manages to update his zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love this. I love this room with all the games and everything. Just so cool. So evocative.
It's amazing.
I mean, even the stains on the ground are really good.
Yeah, and the post-apocalyptic thing is just so evocative. Like it's to me, it's evocative as going into a dungeon. A thematic dungeon or whatever. It's just certain. Like there's a certain sadness to it. That's these things that were played with and adored and loved. There's like it's all just dilapidated and no one there. And I mean, who knows what's hiding in there? But but
you know what's interesting?
This really sets it up so well.
What's interesting about it as well is that this actually gives away Steve's age.
Why is that?
Because you can like these games, the Turtles game, there's got Mortal Kombat and Sonic. So
Yeah,
this is
fair
all So this is all post Pac-Man and post like the original arcade stuff. So this is more 90 kids who are born in the early 80s and they're playing this in the 90s. So like 10, 15 years old in the 90s. So these are 90s kids.
Right.
Okay, I do like that he put in the chalks on the billiard table.
Yeah,
That's
the
a cool
crazy amount
detail.
of detail. The
And
party pet's claw there.
yeah, and he took a dig at Cyberpunk 2030 as well.
Funky mess. Oh, inside. That's great. Um, I love the party pet's claw. Is that a car on the far right there?
On the far
The back
right,
of a car?
this one.
Yeah, the
I
red.
I think it's one of those driving game things, where they've got the
Oh
seats and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. So neat. And the floor, the mess on the floor.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I mean,
did you mean this brown thing over here?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Not sure.
Like I love the I
I,
think
I think I think it might be another arcade machine. We're just seeing
the blue
the
thing
top of
down
it.
here in the front is a air hockey table. That's great.
Uh-huh.
yeah, I love that. It's blood all over the floor as well, though, right?
Yeah, blood or stains of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of nasty stain.
We do not want to inquire too closely.
But yeah, it's an amazing scene.
Okay, I mean, if I learned anything about Wasted World is do not poke the suspicious thing.
Right. Definitely.
Okay, let's jump on to the next one. Okay, here we go.
Oh, great. Nice.
Okay, I think this one is the TT Combat track. Hold on up and cork floor for the asphalt.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
cork floor works so good.
Yeah.
it does. It's great stuff. I also, if you want that texture without the whole cork board,
Mm-hmm.
they've been selling here in the States, they've been selling this thin cork board. It's not thick enough to use it on its own, but you could paste it to other things like foam core or cardboard, and
Okay.
it has a sticky back. So it's got like a thin layer of cork. It's for like you can hang up on your office wall, I think, and then cork, tack stuff into it. But you could actually use it. Would be great for crafts because you get that texture, that nice cork texture, but without if you don't want to use the whole cork because you have to treat it or somehow apply it because it's flimsy, right? The cork moves. So what I do is I soak it in white glue and let it dry.
All right.
But yeah, if you didn't want to do that, you get this stuff at Dollar Tree. They usually have it.
Okay, I see that he also used the sprue frames for this barrier here. That's a pretty good
The
idea.
spruce, yeah. That's clever. That's very clever.
Yeah, Dungeon Matron is saying about the arcade. I would be checking the change return for coins.
And I like what he's done here with the windshields because like
Oh yeah,
I will print like cars and stuff or whatever and use them, but I'll paint the windshield like a wash of white so it looks kind of like glass, right? I don't actually cut the windshields out and like
yeah. I
put
mean, yeah,
real
that really adds a lot to it, though.
Yeah, that's amazing work there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the meantime, Steve has managed to join us, so we should be hearing from him in a couple of seconds.
Oh, very cool. And yeah, that armored vehicle is really great.
Yeah, I was just looking at the armored vehicle and going, that seems there's maybe a truck underneath that he's then modified on top by adding the roll bars and
No, I think that's a
structure.
whole Tito Combat. What do you,
It comes in
it's an MDF kit, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, very neat.
Yeah, but
that makes
just
sense.
one of the ways he does up the MDF vehicles is that most of the time you're not going to tell that they were MDF to begin with. Okay, let's see. Okay,
Yeah, it's very cool.
Steve, can you hear us?
It says connecting to audio.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's trying. It's trying. He can probably hear us now.
So Dungeon Matron says that parking lot is in better shape than most of them here in Los Angeles.
You got your own wasted world. Yeah, it's so fun. Very evocative. I just recently had my first experience with some MDF. I bought some buildings to do it, and they came out fantastic. It's a great place to start. It's kind of nice between like just crafting it from nothing and then just having a solid base to start with, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and for those people that it's a little too much to craft everything from scratch, these kits really aren't that expensive. The MDF kits really aren't that expensive. They were very reasonable, and I got like a whole small town. Like it was basically like supposed to be a desert town, and so I think I got like 6 buildings or something. But yeah, I mean, just very nice to work with. They look great painted up.
Yeah, and they
I
do
think we
they do dirty up
no.
really well.
Are you there, Steve? Oh, maybe not. Because it says, oh, I can see him.
We can see him.
Oh, hey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep,
We
loud and
can.
clear.
Oh, yeah. The whole Zoom thing, I was trying to connect through the browser and that wasn't working. So I was trying to connect through other means. Lots of technical difficulties. It's not very user friendly. And it just kept popping up things in different screens.
Oh no.
Oh.
Like things that you have to sort of like tick, and it's like, do you agree to our terms and conditions? And it's like, I don't know.
I don't know. What are your terms and conditions?
I don't think I've ever read the terms and conditions of those things once.
Yeah, I don't think I have either of anything.
Probably signed away every like little detail of my life.
They're gonna have every organ, every every hair on my head.
So now that you're here, Steve, you can confirm or deny the material used for your fencing.
Yeah, for the wire fence. What was the wire fence made out
of? I think I've got the material here.
It's a kind of material as opposed to the drywall tape, right?
It's this stuff here.
Hang on a sec.
It is sold as mosquito netting.
Oh, okay.
And what it is it's made of the same stuff as your scrim tape. So it's made of a fiberglass mesh, which is why it's so malleable. You can like fold it in on itself, and it's great for if you're doing like floor grids, because you can just use the squares that way. But if you tilt it at the 45-degree angle, it's perfect for your wire fencing.
Yeah. And it looks great. It looks it's the perfect scale. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, you can get like a few square feet for like a tenner, so it's definitely an affordable material. The wire on the top, I think I got that from TT Combat initially, as it was sold as barbed wire, but then I got an entire spool of the stuff later on eBay, because it was sold as double security wire or something, because it's just wire that's wrapped around itself.
Yeah.
And it's highly malleable. So all you do is you just take it off the reel, wrap it around a pencil.
Very cool. Yeah.
Then cut off as much as you need. So yeah, very, very cheap, very efficient way to fire that stuff out.
Definitely.
Yeah, looks great.
So effective, man. I think I need a tetanus shot just looking at the photograph.
I hear that.
Okay, moving on to your arcade here.
Yeah, that's one that's been what is it? It's like it's still a work in progress, to be honest. I'm still coming out with many things, and probably only about half the arcade units are actually in there, because I've got one of the ones that are like like it's like a table, it's like a short table, and it's got joy controllers and stuff on either side and little stools. they used to be all the rage in pubs in the 80s, but like nowadays they're very rare, very vintage. And yeah, there's a whole host of other arcade machines that just aren't in that pick. But the the whole Wasteland arcade, that's been like a labor of love over like a space of a year.
Yeah, I mean, you have videos for several of those individual cabinets and the table, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So they're all scratch built essentially, and just made out of recycled materials. Because like the pool table there, that's just a cocktail stick, like snapped in two, and I think most of the rest of it is all just card.
Yeah, so versatile. Card is so great.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, like for your signs and stuff, do you just like print those on a printer?
No,
manipulate them in a photo program and then print them on a printer.
Nope, nothing there is printed.
Oh wow!
Everything there. I'm not going to cheat and say, you know, oh, I hand drew it. You know, it's like obviously not. No, an old toy catalog. Because
genius.
Because
I love that recycling.
You roll right to the back and you get all the video games. And so you can just cut out all the logos and stuff straight from there.
Oh, fantastic.
So did you, whenever you were trying to sort out Zoom, did you hear what I said about showing your age and that clearly you were like that from like, did I get the dates right? At least this is like the 90s kind of games, or what? It's that mid-90s, right? For the
I mean, if you want to age me, you just look at the Chrome Dome, you know. But yeah, I very much grew up in the era of the Turtles arcade machine and the original X-Men, you know, Simpsons. When all those like side-scrolling beat 'em up kind of games were all the range, and you had all the classics like Golden Axe as well.
Oh yeah,
Streets of Rage, all the rage.
I love the cyberpunk joke.
Okay, and Tangimatron is saying, check out the stucco coming off the wall. Yeah, that's also an awesome texture there.
Yeah, and I think for like a lot of it, you can actually just use like the flooring and the walls there, that is actual just wallpaper. Just go down to your local hardware store, and then you can tear off free samples as much as you like. But to be honest, what they do is they tend to reduce some of the rolls for like £1 or something, and sometimes you can even get them for free. At like B&Q and stuff here in the UK.
Nice.
They just have like a section of like offcuts and all sorts of things at the back door. All you have to do is just pop in a penny into the charity box, and you can help yourself to all kinds of things like massive chunks of MDF and wallpaper. Nice. Like the textured wallpaper's especially good for many a craft.
Nice.
How did you make the little claw that's dangling down, or is that just draw or a photograph of that?
No, I did. I did painstakingly make that. That was spring from a biro pen. You know, the clicky pens that you get. So one of those, and the claw was just bent wire. So yeah, it was quite a frustrating build, and you can't really see it from that angle, but there is loads of stuffed toys that I sculpted and put in there. And oh my goodness, it was painstaking trying to paint in all the little individual details, none of which you can even see. So quite proud of that one.
I love that. You know it's there.
You know it's there. You know what I mean?
You know what surprised me most though? I mean, it's 3 bills from you, and I didn't see a single cable tie. So that's
they're there.
Oh, they're there. Okay.
Yeah. So if you zoom into the cyberpunk one, you'll be able to. You can tell me where they are.
Is it the strips at the top and bottom hand side?
Yep.
Oh.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And yeah, you can tell the screens as well. What I do is just paint the card black, or you can use a black marker pen on card, get that black base coat, and then just super glue on some acetate over it, and you get a proper sort of like ruined kind of visual display unit.
Nice.
Yeah. But I think that's all my crafts now, isn't it?
Let's see. Yeah, all 3 of them, yeah.
The parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Our part.
Yeah. So yeah, you were quite correct in that the little fencing there is old sprue frames. I was going to add lots of rust and things, but I thought, you know what? It's good enough.
Yeah, I
It's
think
passable.
it looks rusted and weathered enough, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you do the broken windshield?
That was, again, it's just a clear food packaging. Because those cars didn't actually have any screens in them at all.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
they didn't? Oh, okay.
It was like it was a deal at the local Poundland that they had where it was like 3 of these horrendous white cars that you got, and it was like random as to which ones you got in it, but like 3 for £1, and I was like, you know what? I don't mind that price at all.
Oh yeah.
Now the plastic that you got with it absolutely repelled the paint. Like there was no tomorrow. It was like oil and water. You just could not paint it.
Okay.
So the trick I use is to spray it with gloss paint, because that'll stick and adhere to the surface, no problem. It's kind of like your like your gloss Mod Podge trick. So it's a similar kind of idea, and then you spray it with a coat of matte over that. So just thin coats, one gloss, wait for that to dry, then a spray on your matte, and then you can paint it whatever color you want after that. And it'll take the paints no problem.
That's great.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you do put paint on it, it will stick to it eventually, but it'll scratch off really easily. So if you do the gloss and matte kind of trick, you don't have that issue anymore.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Thanks, Steve.
No danger.
And Lisa has a suggestion for you. I would have had a skeleton sitting on the floor in front of the claw machine, which with his arm stuck inside.
You know what? That sounds like a great idea. Might do that with a vending machine. Yeah, but I need to nip off anyway, because you've got plenty of other folks to get through with their builds, and I'm still working on one, so I want to try and I've just got a few coats of paint to give it now, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.
Yeah, we'll catch you again as soon as you're done with it. Just ping us so that we know that you've put something in, and we'll get back to it.
Awesome.
Okay,
all right.
Thanks for joining us, man.
No danger. Take care.
Okay, catch you later.
Awesome. Great start.
Oh, no kidding. So, speaking of the parking, I know that one of the things that people had been asking most about Wasted World is the vehicles. So, would you like to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah. The trick for me with vehicle rules was to not make it too hand wavy, but not make it too mechanically war gamey either. So I was trying to get a really nice where it feels visceral, the driving feels visceral, but it doesn't overpower you with rules, because that's not easy V6, right? So I think I got a nice kind of middle ground. And basically, shooting vehicles is the same as everything else. You just roll to hit, and then vehicles have structural strikes instead of same thing as regular strikes. So it's the same kind of mechanic. The only thing with vehicles is they all get armor saves. So any vehicle you're on, whether it's the NPCs or your vehicle, gets an armor save. So that makes it interesting and unpredictable. Like, somebody could start getting really unlucky with their saves, or including the players or the bad guys could get lucky with their saves, and like they don't die as fast as you would want them to. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. And I have a lot of mods for the vehicles, so you can modify vehicles with spikes, and I have a hell roaster you can flamethrower throws out of the bottom, kill jacks which you can like drop out of the back of the car, smoke you can have to mess up people that are following you. So yeah, all kinds of fun little mods you can have for your car. I got all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think they work really well, and I think they get that nice middle ground between that visceral feeling, and just storytelling, the hand waving storytelling. So.
No, I think they flow really well, and you've got that whole road warrior vibe kind of thing going.
Totally. Yeah, and they feel really dangerous. Like you can, if you lose control of your vehicle, you can like totally explode, and if you take your last strike on your vehicle, you have to try to stop this thing before it cracks up. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think other people will too.
Mad Max Fury Road springs to mind.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Oh yes, totally. Oh yeah, totally. Mad Max. Yeah, no question.
Okay, totally, so let me drop the Zoom link in the chat again, and next person up is let's see, Nick Papyrus. So Nick, if you're in the chat and want to join us, link is in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Now, I remember that, if I remember correctly, that he had mentioned that most of the stuff was originally done for Gaslands.
Gaslands.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, if it fits, it fits.
Oh, yeah, right, totally. Yeah, I reuse stuff all the time. Neat.
Okay, let's see. We've got some granny grating going over here.
Uh-huh.
Pill bottle.
Hair curler. I love those. Those are great to work with.
I'm guessing these are some parts from a Games Workshop tank, or they might be printed, I'm not sure.
Some pill bottles and stuff going on there as well, I think.
Yeah. Look here.
And I tell all my friends, I'm like, hey, if you get any weird shaped plastic pieces from like containers, give them to me. Save them for me, because that kind of stuff, looks great, and it's not, once you paint it up and incorporate it in the build, it's not readily apparent what it was. It's just it just blends into this really cool.
I've got a whole collection of like lids and plastic bits and pieces and stuff.
Totally, me too.
I still really don't get into the whole that kit bashing side of the craft. Yeah, I need to do a whole bunch of stuff on that at some point. Generally, I'm still doing the scratch build side of things.
But I think
I've got so much stuff saved up, thinking, oh, that's a cool piece. That's a cool piece.
Right.
Yeah, but more on the other hand, I think you mostly build fantasy builds, and that kind of works better with scratch building stuff.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So, totally. but yeah, I should start telling people to save their weird shaped stuff for me, because I did manage to pick up an interestingly shaped Chinese food container last time, but I kind of had to intimidate the guy who was eating out of it to eat faster.
Give me your container now.
It's an emergency. I need it for crafting.
There's been a new spate of crime coming over Malta.
Craft crime.
Craft related theft.
A crafter today, in the news. A crafter today.
I mean, to be honest, that's actually quite a post-apocalyptic scenario right there.
Oh, yeah, right.
Karl walking around in a trench coat, robbing people from, so they can make crafts.
I'll tell you another great thing to watch that just came on is Twisted Metal. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's based on the video game Twisted Metal.
Okay.
And I think it's on Paramount or something. But it's fantastic. It's has a lot of humor in it, and but a lot of like action, like car action with guns on them, and all kinds of interesting things. Like there's a convoy of trucks that just keep driving, and that's their like village. They live in these trucks, and they put boards between the trucks and go back and forth, and just some really neat stuff.
Okay,
and the people are like milkmen. They're called milkmen, and they make deliveries between like enclaves, like city enclaves, out in the wasteland. It's pretty neat. It's pretty cool.
Okay, Dirty Basement Terrain, is that a Pokemon? Yes, it does look like Blastoise.
Neat. So cool.
Okay, what I'm not
I
sure
love
about
the froggy thing there. With the gun.
yeah, that's the Pokemon.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm not sure about is this one. I'm not sure if it's a bottle or something. The part over here looks interesting, but I can't quite make out what it is, but it looks interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the kind of great stuff to collect.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, we've got a little...
Oh, nice.
fast food shop here. I think that's Marge Simpson and Wolverine.
Yeah.
The actual menu pasted on there. That's great.
Excellent. These seem to be some...
Hot dog, please.
I'll take 2 charred rats, please.
Yeah, I'll have the red roach on a stick.
And a Nuka-Cola.
Yeah. And a Nuka-Cola, right? Yeah, those are great. The cargo containers used as, like, in habitation.
I think there is some kind of bottle that has been rewelded together or something.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But speaking of stuff like, for example, I mean, we've got cyborg velociraptors here, I think, and
Oh, cool. Yeah.
yeah, one of the things I liked about Wasted World is that it doesn't lock you into a particular type of post-apocalyptic. So we can do Fallout, you can do Mad Max, you can do Fist of the North Star. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, if you want to throw it in there, it's not going to clash with any of this.
Oh, totally, totally. Yeah, it's so easy to whatever apocalypse you're picturing, and even like a zombie apocalypse. If
Oh
you
yeah.
just want to do a zombie apocalypse, you could even do that.
Okay, Nick, I'm not sure what parts you're using, but they're really interesting.
Very cool. I love those cyber dinosaurs.
I was literally just about to say that my Georgie would love that.
Ooh, okay,
Oh,
some
great.
vertical terrain. This
Those
is
are
good.
great. Those are great. Very cool. And it's just great. Just recycle this stuff. It just takes a little bit of creativity, some paint, and a little bit of time, and look what you end up with. Just some
Yeah, it's
great
pretty amazing.
stuff. Yeah, it is. It really that I love the painting stage because that's when it transforms all the junk into like one thing, and it's just like that's the magic stage for me.
Yeah, for me, it's usually when I prime it because as long as you've got all the different colors and stuff, it looks like a
Right.
mess. Once it's one color, holy shit.
Yeah. Once you get that unified color, yeah, it's not just a bunch of junk glued together. Right? It really transforms. Oh, nice power plant.
Oh, okay. I think this.
I think that thing on the left there is a socket, like it goes in the wall.
Gang
It's
box,
an
yeah, yeah.
electrical box thing that goes in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So those are great because they come in weird shapes like that.
It looks like
Add some bits like
yeah, it does look very industrial and stuff, yeah.
yeah, it does, and it's perfect.
Okay, this seems to be some sort of possibly biscuit packaging, yeah.
I thought it was a Chinese food container that they'd robbed off somebody.
Be on the lookout. They want your containers.
Oh, okay.
So with the plastic food containers, are they hard to paint? Or if you just prime them, you can just go ahead and paint them.
Usually they're not
shiny
bad.
kind of plastic.
Usually they're not bad. What I found is bad is toys. When you try to repaint toys,
oh yeah,
yeah,
it could be really bad. Although, Steve was talking about a way around that, but like I've discovered this paint in America that's I can't think of the brand of it, but it's a spray acrylic paint, and I use it for all my plastic stuff now. Like it doesn't give that sticky, when you spray on some stuff, it's all sticky. It doesn't give you that sticky, and the fumes are like way less than a normal spray can.
right.
So it's great stuff. It's more expensive, of course, but if you're just kind of using it for that, you're not using it for everything. If you're using it for that stuff, it's well worth the cost. And it's still less than like if you buy like paint intentional primer from like the paint companies, the war game paint companies that are trying to sell you those. It's less expensive than that, so it's a nice solution.
Yep.
Oh, hi Chris, good to see you. And Chris is suggesting Rust-Oleum for the for spraying on plastic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing that's useful for spraying on plastic is spray primer. It's not spray paint, it's spray primer, and usually can get it from car repair shops and so on. If you get the kind that has no filler, then that stuff will stick to anything, and then you can just paint up on top of it.
Yes, it will. It
Yeah.
will.
Don't get the stuff with the filler, because if you spray it on anything, then you can kiss any kind of detail goodbye.
Right.
Okay, so I'm not sure what this is. Looks like some kind of former planter box or something like that.
I think that these squares have been cut into it, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's part of the original thing, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. It looks like sort of like a little plant pot sort of thing that's turned
That
upside.
looks like a basket or something.
Interesting, but again, we've got pipes going here, grating texturing. Yeah. Nice.
I love the color too.
Hey, it's good stuff. Okay, I
Oh,
think.
fun.
And the kangaroo person.
Yeah. Very cool. What were those guys in Tank Girl, the Kanga guys?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what they were called, but yeah, it looks a lot like Tank Girls. What it's reminded me of because of the pink hair and that.
I mean, even the design on the tank.
Right.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Good job, Nick.
Yeah. A lot of stuff.
Okay, so next one up is Meredith. I don't think she's in the chat right now, but she did leave us a lot of details in the comments.
Cool.
Right, so
we're looking at more. It's more like cosplay
kind of thing, yeah. I think she used this for the Nightmare City games on the Shadows of Arconia, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yes, yeah. We did like a short Wasted World campaign, like a 3-session, and she made some stuff for it. Pretty cool. I love it. Little trinkets, on the headset. That's great.
Okay, I'm just going to drop the playlist link in there. And the link to Meredith's channel. She's not here. And here we go.
to wrap them.
Yeah, I mean, the instructions are quite detailed, but it's beads, fabric wraps, and wire. And the fang is air dried clay.
Very cool.
Okay, there's a highly modified shirt. So within tea, coffee, and red, orange, and brown craft paints. That's a pretty good texture.
She dyed it. That's how she's dyed the shirt.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty fashionable. I think. I mean, not that I'm a fashion guru or anything, but it looks.
Yeah, I think I get what you mean.
I mean, like that's. I'm surprised that that's not.
Give it 20 minutes, I'm sure it will be.
That's a bona fide technique right there.
Yeah, it is. It is totally.
Yeah. On the other hand, I don't think it's over the top enough to make Milan Fashion Week. Know what I mean? All right. So here's Meredith with the pendant and the headset and the shirt.
Very cool.
That's a lot of dedication to prepare for some gaming sessions, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Set the mood.
These are the trinkets for the necklace. There we go.
Nice. Got little trinkets for the necklace.
There we go.
That's fun. The D6, that's great. Roll a D6.
Okay, so I think she mentioned she was playing Hunter in this.
Yeah, she was pretty cool. Yeah, she was a wasteland hunter, so she was badass. There's a thing that the wasteland hunters have where they can gather stuff from the environment, and they can make armor out of like bone and bone and hide and stuff like that. So she had made like a really cool suit, that was and it either impresses or intimidates people depending on what you're going for, right?
So speaking of classes and characters, do you want to go through the some of the choices that are available for Wasted World?
Oh yes. We have kind of the normal humanish survivors. There's a wasteland warrior. There's a scavy, which is like a scavenger type. There's a machine head, which is like can make stuff out of junk. We got the hunter, which is like an expert in the wasteland, and that kind of thing. But we also have some other non-humans or mutated humans. We've got weirds, which are like psychers, which can control the miasma that has surrounded the earth and caused this catastrophe. This psychic storm that rages around the earth. They can draw from it and have psychic powers. We have muties, which are like bona fide mutants, so you could really do anything with it. There's a lot of and these guys have not only the survivor inclinations, a lot of survivor inclinations that the game comes with. They have their own list of inclinations. So the weird has like their own list of psychic powers, or the mutant has their own list of mutations and stuff like that the other characters, like the normal characters, can't get, right? So there's also sort of semi-humans, like there's clones, which have modified DNA, so you can get upgrades to your DNA to give you special things. And then there are androids, which in the game I think of them as like they have a flesh body, like a bioflesh body, but then they have like mechanical innards, right? So like think of like Alien, Ash from Alien, or Bishop from Aliens 2, that kind of thing, or even a Terminator. Like they have the flesh on the outside and then the mechanics on the inside. So that's kind of the idea with the androids. And yeah, cool. So those are basically there's a lot of different paths to play.
Oh yeah, and
do you come across any like wasteland creatures that are your monster type things, as opposed to PCs, like NPC kind of beasts and stuff? What sort of creatures have you got going on there within it?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of different cool creatures. I have the worst monster that's ever been in any Easy D6, except for the ending of the Book of Quests. This is the worst monster you could possibly run into. It's essentially like a mini kaiju. It's called a Doom Stomper, and so it's like the idea is like it's reverse. The thing has caused reverse evolution. So the thing is like a saurian type, an enormous saurian type thing that, and they consume energy, like raw energy. So like energy weapons and stuff, they'll just absorb the power from it. Also, yeah, they have like tons of hits. It's just the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that I've ever come out with. So I have those, but I've also got like blister rats, which have pustules that explode in toxic goo. There's vines that lure you to your death and then grow pod people to like go out and trip more people to come get eaten by the vines.
The Kanga Mouse is also nice.
Yeah, Kanga Mouse. Now it's interesting. The Kanga Mouse did a little bit of evolution in the book. So a Kanga Mouse is kind of like a little thing that hops around, like a combination between a mouse and a kangaroo that hops around and like steals your stuff, right? So So if you find its nest, you might find some treats. But there's also a huge mutated version of the Kangamouse, which is like like deadly, right? It's like it can catch almost anyone. It's huge claws. It's awful. So I got that. We have this weird cult called the the Pale Cones.
Oh yeah,
and they all wear like traffic cones on their heads. And they just show up in mass at different places, right? It's like, where are these freaks coming from? So we got all these, and then I actually have zombies and I call them Romeros. So it's of course a tribute.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, a lot of great monsters, a lot of great new monsters in it. We actually to just have the book at a reasonable length, we actually had to cut some monsters because I kind of went nuts and just had so many. But I'm sure they'll show up, and I'm doing some adventures and stuff for it, so I'm sure they'll show up in adventures and that kind of thing.
Okay, nice. I see that Hounds and Jackals joined us. Hi, Bruce. And no, there are no Greeblixes in Wasted World. It's already bad enough. There are no Greeblix in it.
Right. But you can always add. It's like it's so easy to add to Easy D6, as we all know.
So, guess who's next?
Okay, yep. Next one up is DM Scotty.
Oh,
who's that guy?
Who is that guy? Okay, so this is a doorway that I did. So there's some granny grating there on the bottom. The main piece of it is a piece of, like I say, the interesting plastic I talk about is a plastic piece that was like in a box that was holding shelving in the box, and I thought, oh, these are great looking. So that's mostly what that is. And then there's like some other bits glued in the top there, like beads. And then the other long things are just these connectors that you put between two pieces, like a plastic piece that goes,
right.
That kind of built furniture that you put together, you has a hole in it and you put the peg in it. So yeah, that's all just some stuff glued to it, and then painted with silver spray paint, and then added some weathering to it.
Huh.
Easy peasy.
Yep. That's a very effective sci-fi door.
Oh, thank you.
I like the little robot guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's a fun little chap.
Okay, so I've got some rigged vehicles over here.
Oh yeah, so this is kind of a combination between like a 3D print and a craft. Okay, so so basically I love these vehicles because they look very retro 80 vehicles, right? And I love the look of them. And these were like, I think another great thing about 3D printing, these were, I think, small vehicles, maybe like for was it Gasland, or what's the game where they have the little miniature cars and is it Gas? No.
I think it's Gaslands,
yeah. Yeah. So Gasland. So I think they were scaled for that, but you can scale them up. Like, with 3D printing, you can make it any scale, right? So I scaled them up to, for the miniature size, for the 25, 30 millimeter size, and then printed them out. But Karl, if you go to, there's a picture, if you could show where I have the baggie of stuff and yeah. So basically what I did is I took cork. So these cork things are just, I cut them out of cork sheets and then kind of scored the edge there to round it off and then soaked them in white glue. So they become hard. Okay. And then the other baggie there is vermiculite, which is like this kind of thing that allows plants to retain water kind of thing, or for packaging. And I sprinkled that. I put white glue, watered down white glue, construction sand, which is just various size pieces of little pebbles and sand, and did a mix. And that's what I scooped around the cars.
Okay.
To give it that rubble look, right?
Yep.
So does that kind of does the vermiculite kind of absorb the
heavy?
Deglue?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. I mean, that would be super solid.
And so I just hot glued the cars to the cork, and then added the vermiculite around, on top of the car. And then for Earthman Brick, I put a lot of rust on there. I was trying to impress Steve.
So, Dungeon Matron is saying that the cork circles looked out like oatmeal cookies.
Yes. Yes. Totally. But yeah, it works great. Works great.
Oh yeah. Okay, that reminds me of another thing that Sean Raider had mentioned once, is that if you have 3D misprints, you can also use them to make wrecked vehicles like this.
Yeah, and I'll intentionally misprint. Like I did a flying saucer that was wrecked, and so I had the model of flying saucer, and I turned it and shoved it into the plate of the printer, the 3D model, and so when it prints, it's only printing like 2/3 of the model, but it's got it angled and it's got a flat bottom, so you can just put it right on. You have to cut it or anything. You just pop it right on the base, and you're good to go. Yeah, it's a nice trick.
Okay, let's see. Ruined building corner.
And this is just to show you that you can really get great results with just literal freaking cardboard. This is just cardboard. That's all this is. Well, the stones are like some stones I think I got them from like the Dollar Tree or something. But they have like irregular stone you can get. But everything else is cardboard and hot glue. And except for the, sorry, I guess I shouldn't say everything. The vegetation are pencil shavings. So I like to soak it in white glue. Okay. And then put the pencil shavings on. I like the pencil shavings because they don't come off as easily as like the static grass. I find that if I have anything with static grass and take it places, like everything's covered with static, like it all comes off. But I love the pencil shaving because they don't come off. They're glued on. They're good. They give a nice effect. As far as, and yeah, this is all just the trick with this though. This is like, I think, a double thick cardboard, right? And for the edges, I put white glue in the edge of the cardboard, and then sprinkled irregular sand on it. So it looks like a broken wall. Yep. And it also covers up the corrugation, right?
All right. Yep. Hey, that's a nice trick.
So yeah, it works really, really well.
Yeah, and the double corrugated stuff is something solid. Yeah.
And the blast kind of areas you see there are just I use just hot glue and just kind of dragged it out. Those lines there come away from the blast area, just to make it look exploded.
And did you use a sponge to put on the?
I did, yeah. Sponge is very effective for larger areas like that. You can get a lot of modeled texture like that without there being any texture on the model. But it simulates like a texture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
I mean, especially for something like concrete, where you want it to be not perfectly smooth, but you don't want to have it perfectly flat. Yeah, that
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Nice. I mean, you can quickly knock out a full table of terrain like this. So yeah, nice.
Oh yeah, you can crank it out in an afternoon. Yeah. For almost no cost. I mean, you can get cardboard anywhere, and you can even double up cardboard. So you could if you can't get the double corrugated, you could just glue two pieces together, and that and cut it. So.
Okay, and another thing about that is if you don't if you glue them together perpendicular to each other, that becomes stupidly tough.
So right.
That works really well for pretty much everything.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So let's see who's next.
Stephen Fleischauer.
Stefan Fleischauer. I'm not sure if he's in the chat, but just in case, let me drop the link in again.
I think it was uploaded by Earthman Brick.
All right.
Steve has uploaded his stuff, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, but just in case, let's drop the link in the chat. Let me just find out where everything is again.
Oh, that's cool.
Bear with me.
Just see where you are. Or you haven't started looking at it yet?
No.
I recognize a few things, few bits and pieces in some of these. Like the I don't want to start talking about it until Karl's got it up.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to start with the video first, okay?
Yep.
Oh yeah, cool.
Super cool.
Oh, neat.
Was that one that something Joe?
It looks like some sort of donut shop or something.
I love this technique of hiding bigger lights in terrain because that's how I do it. Like you can wire stuff and all this kind of stuff, but I'd rather just, if I have something like this, just put a light in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can buy so many LED party lights and stuff so cheap now. They have these wedding lights that you can change them to any color. You can strobe them. You can just have them a certain color, stay a certain color. And I just hide those in terrain like this, and you get a great light effect,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's so easy to do, and it really looks so great. One thing I like to do with like ending encounters is have some kind of light effect, right? Like, make something and it just really, I think it really adds to it. It adds to the ambiance of the scene to have some kind of lit up thing, right? At the your final, maybe it's your big bad or whatever, have some kind of lit up thing, and it's just really cool, memorable effect that people, really get into.
I'm trying to figure out what the first word in it. Something Joe. Stop. Something Joe. I can't make it out. Slocculite Joe. Slocculite Joe. I don't know.
I have no idea, but if anyone can figure it out in the chat, just let us know. But yeah, it's a really neat build.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, is it a donut? Is it a donut shop?
I think so, yeah.
Is that a donut?
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a very interesting use of those.
Cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots.
Those tests. That's a great use.
Lisa knows how to beatbox. I recognize those. Those are
those test thingies, yeah.
Test sticks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen someone else use them as pillory things somewhere else before, in a fantasy sense. Maybe it was actually him.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah. But I really like the way it's painted with the blue and the white.
Oh yeah, the glow effect looks really good.
It looks glowing. It's would you call that OSL?
Yeah.
It pretty much is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they kind of remind me of the Fifth Element in a kind of way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's these things just knocking around the world now.
Yeah.
Like at least somebody's using them for something, right?
Right. Yeah, I every time I see a craft that's made from something that was going in the trash, I just love it because it's it's being repurposed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Joe G is saying that the donut shop is Slocum Joe from Fallout.
That's great.
Hey, thanks, Joe.
I love it.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. else we got?
Okay, so let's see. Because Portarian is saying, I like how the lights are at different points. Yeah, it makes it look like something is going on. So next, okay.
This looks like an MDF kit to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
The whole supply stash up top, yeah.
Looks like a research vehicle that's been.
Oh yeah. One of those things they have up on the ice, yeah.
Yeah.
And just kind of think it just got away from the thing, and now we end up in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Yay!
Yep. Yep. You got to go out. A tank's a good thing to be in.
Ooh, okay.
That's fun.
There's a few modifications on this one.
I think that might be a gas lance vehicle.
Possibly, yeah.
It looks small.
Possibly, the matchbox size kind of thing. And one great thing about Gaslands is that they've got a bunch of people making aftermarket parts for toy vehicles.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah, so
and
you
there's
can
a lot
find
of
all sorts
3D
of attachments and stuff. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, that's fun.
Like a broken container of some kind, shipping container, I think.
Yeah.
And a car that's been squished in a very interesting way.
Yes, yes.
I think it looks like it's been 3D printed.
Yeah, I can see the lines there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very.
Okay, zombie warning hazard sign.
Nice. That's great.
I think this has also been 3D printed, but could probably also do the same thing very easily with granny grating there.
Yeah. It's the weathering though that makes it. I love the gun detritus at the bottom of the sign.
Yeah, totally.
So like it's looking permanently slimy there. So I wonder what.
Right.
It's definitely been gloss varnished.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a similar with a sign that's been cut out, or it's an old sticker off something, or.
I'm guessing it's something of the sort. But probably, most probably printed.
Yeah, it looks nice and gross.
Okay, let's see what else.
Or maybe he just sneezed on his work while he was painting it.
Okay, that was the last one there.
I'd like to think we're on the right side of the fence, Lisa. I mean, who knows what's on the other side? That's
right. We don't want to be on the other side of the fence. That's for the sensible people. Okay, so Stefan, fantastic work there.
Very cool.
Great stuff.
Let's see. Okay, Hexo coming up next from Hexo's Hobby Bunker. And I'm not sure if he's in the chat. I don't think so. Okay. So yeah, so most of his stuff is post-apocalyptic most of the time, and he does this thing. He buys these plastic vein buildings, and then he does them up so that they look like post-apocalyptic builds. So this one in particular, I know hadn't quite finished yet. So it's still a work in progress, but excuse me, can already see that it's got some stuff like the broken windows and the boards he's going to put up on the windows and stuff. Okay, and this one. Oop. There we go.
Nice.
So again, I think this is one of those plastic kit buildings that he's done up.
Very cool.
Okay, and it doesn't look as weathered as the some of the other stuff that we've seen, but we're
This
talking
is
of
literally post-apocalypse.
pretty much, yeah, pretty much. It's either that or there's still someone living in it. Like we're talking before the
It
stream
definitely
about
looks.
Dipko
Yeah,
Vila, the bit where there's that house with the old couple living in it. It didn't look like completely messed up because they were still living it and kind of taking care of it.
Mm-hmm.
and the steel shutters on the front of that's nice.
Oh yeah.
Still plating.
So yeah, this is from Hexos Hobby Bunker. Definitely worth a look if you're into post-apocalyptic terrain.
Looks great.
Next, okay, next one is from Sophie, Poisoned Paper. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if she's in the chat, so Sophie, if you want to join in, let me just drop your link. So this looks like a really tiny diorama.
Mm-hmm.
It's a miniature world in a little bottle.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very, very. Neat.
So let's see, if we go back to the components. It's a tiny turtle with a gas mask and a bunch of equipment strapped to it.
Is that a citadel skull in there as well?
Hmm?
I wonder if that's a little citadel skull.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Very cool.
But that thing is tiny. I mean,
it is. Yeah, yeah. That's very tiny.
So
I'm not. I'm not. What is it?
Say again.
I'm. Don't know what's. I can't see what it is. I don't. I'm not seeing.
It's a turtle with a bunch of junk strapped to his back.
Oh. Okay, got you.
Okay, so from what she mentioned earlier, the turtle is 3D printed.
Yep.
Then there's a bunch of stuff that was either picked up from different kits or built using green stuff.
Nice.
Very cool.
So what you see here is the is where this started from.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's a great idea to do little dioramas.
Yeah, it is a citadel skull. So let's see. Okay, so Sophie says she can join us, and let's see. Video. Yeah, there you go.
Fun.
She's got her own portable wastelander.
Yeah.
But this reminds me of two really important things about Wasted World, yeah? Supplies, which we mentioned earlier, and contamination.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
totally.
Do you want to give
and contamination is very deadly in Wasted World.
Yeah.
You continue to take contamination. If you take 3 contamination, you permanently lose a strike of your life. So you don't want to let it build up too much.
Yeah, and just to remind everyone, one strike would be about 1/3 of your maximum life. Yeah.
So purge that contamination or watch where you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the other big thing in Wasted World are the supplies, which I think they do a good job in representing something with scarce resources.
Yeah, that was part of the thing with with the apocalyptic world. You don't have access to all the resources you would. Even in a fantasy game, most players have enough supplies to get them to adventures and that kind of thing. It's only if they're thrown in a desert or something and maybe they didn't have supplies that they would have to worry about it. But in Wasted World, it's a constant worry. You got to worry about having supplies. So instead of having tracking how many bullets for how many guns and all this kind of stuff, there's just one thing called supply. And supply is your food and water and your bullets. So every day of shooting, you lose a supply of bullets, a supply, and then every day you have to use a supply for your food and water. So the food supply becomes a generic unit of stuff. And if you run out of supplies, you can't shoot for that day. You don't have any more bullets. So that way it keeps it, you're tracking, and the scarcity is important, but it's also not micromanaging, right? Because you're not have those, I have 5 bullets for this gun and 6 bullets for this gun. And you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about that. And with the tech devices, what I tried to do was they're charged. You charge tech devices. So like with blast or with pulse guns and stuff, you just have to charge it for the day of shooting, right? There's no supply use for it. So that way you don't have to keep track of batteries and all this kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Margita Ekstrom, sorry if I butchered the pronunciation. An old picture from the Swedish RPG Mutant actually had a turtle with a spear in front of ruins. This reminded me of that.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, you could make a turtle mutant using the mutant, yeah?
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, really, with the mutants, you can say you look like anything. You know that you're you're small and green. You know you're a rabbit or what. You know it doesn't matter. It's all um it's all flavor, right? So you can say whatever you want. You know you're lopsided. You one arm's bigger than the other. Whatever you want to say. You know it works, and especially if you take certain mutations, that might even more work for you, right? So yeah, you're really open to what you want to look like. So that really makes it fun.
Okay, so 1 second, because next one up is Mia Geeked, and she definitely needs to come in the into Zoom if she can, because there is a lot of stuff here.
Oh, cool. There is. Oh
It's
wow.
Someone has been very busy.
whole world of so good. I've been skimming through the photo because there's so many, but like there's so much good stuff here.
Yeah, wait till we get into this stuff. Wow.
Okay, oh, I see that Stefan joined us. Hi, Stefan. I'm afraid you just missed your stuff. We just did it a couple of minutes ago, but beautiful stuff, man.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for sharing with us.
Mm-hmm.
We really appreciate it.
Okay, Mia, can you hear us? Yeah, she did go out. I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
knocked
pictures.
herself out. Yeah.
So that's the inspiration maybe from.
I am so impressed.
Yeah, it's just there's a whole world there. It's like straight away.
There is.
What's the in Fallout 3 Megaton City, or like the this is what it's reminding me of.
Hey Mia, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Mia.
Yep, loud and clear.
Great to see you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
So
thanks for having me. Thank you, gentlemen.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So would you like to walk us through all of this?
Well, that's just all of it there. Most of that is foam. All the like wood bits are foam, and of course cardstock and corrugated card, and sand. That's about it. With some foam core board in there. But yeah, all crafted. Drove myself a little crazy, but
yeah, I mean,
a lot of fun.
You say crazy.
How did you do the corrugation on the? I'm sorry. How did you do the corrugation?
I had bought some corrugated paper. I had some in a big roll, and then I ended up having to order some more off Amazon to finish all of that. So
look how great it looks. I mean, just painted metal like that, it looks just like metal. It looks just exactly like corrugation.
Corrugation.
Yeah. Some of the later photos have some setups. I've got a few in a row that just kind of show everything gathered on one table or two, but
yeah, but this really looks like a settlement kind of thing. It's with all the stuff here.
Yep. I love
there's sorry.
No.
I would love to give credit to the YouTube channel creators that I got all that from, but I can't remember anybody off the top of my head. I'll post ideas and stuff and links about it later, but
Oh yes, please.
yeah, there's a yeah, I remember I joined one of the Dungeon Matron craft meets, and I had just like made all the wood basically, and I sat there and was texturing it for like 3 hours because I had so many strips of like cut foam to texture as wood. So yeah.
So what do you use for this wire brush?
For which? I'm sorry.
For the wood textures, is that wire brush?
Um, yes, I hit it with like a wire brush, and then to drive it a little deeper, I'll use like a kind of a soft plastic comb,
Okay.
just to accentuate some of give it a little more deeper cut and some to draw it out a little further.
Really like
But yeah, that corrugated
color stuff.
Oops, sorry.
No, sorry, my bad. But I was saying I really like the colors used on them.
So I've got a quick question. I mean, there's so much stuff here that you must be playing a scenario with this, right? Or did you just do it for the crafting challenge?
I just did it for the crafting challenge. I had sort of started some post-apocalyptic terrain. It was just kind of like meandering through it. Then you guys announced it, and then I just went a little crazy.
Just a little bit.
You win the internet for today.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
It's a real dedication to the challenge. It's amazing.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was crafting until 10:30 last night. There's like a backdrop board in one of the later photos that I spent a lot of time like taking from this tiny little thumbnail off of like Shutterstock and blowing it up and drawing it out on a grid so I could expand it and draw it. You'll see it here in a moment, but I should give credit to Pasha Smith on Shutterstock. You'll see that here in a moment. But it's in one of the other photos. But yeah, the shanty town started with the bigger ones with the bases, and then I went back and made the smaller ones to kind of fill in some empty space on the table, and then they're able to those smaller ones can stack on top of the bigger ones. So.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. That's the modular stuff. Yeah, the modular wall. That's great.
Yeah, those are just stir sticks cut down to make like the little frames and then glue on. Again, I totally stole that from someone's YouTube channel. I forget the guy's name again.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stealing is allowed. We all steal.
Yeah, but yeah, I took a ton of pictures this morning. I was like, I got to get these pictures in. I wanted to do a few actual setups on the battle board that I made.
Yeah.
So we can scroll through those fairly quickly. Yeah,
I see
another
you've
angle
also
of
got
the
some
same.
brick going here.
Some brick. Oh yeah, there in the back. One of the buildings has some little red bricks on there.
Just
cool.
because of the tower is so great though.
So were you going to say something about these, Mike?
No, I was just in general, like just the modularity of that. You could put this on the table and just endless numbers of configurations, and it's just going to look absolutely brilliant on the table.
Oh yeah,
totally. Yeah,
totally.
So easy to utilize.
Okay,
and that tower,
this tower.
Yeah, it's great. That's scratch built, or is that an MDF?
That is scratch built. Yeah.
Yeah, the rivets are great.
That's just cardstock, 2 mil, like the brown cardstock, cut to form the framing, some L frames. The center tube is from I think like I don't even remember, probably like some sort of like balloon inflation device, but that is like wall repair tape as the floor of the tower.
Okay.
And then just little like glue on / sticky beads, like to make the rivets.
Okay.
And then the very top is that soft crafter's foam that's like super thin.
Like EVA.
They just layered that on.
Oh, right. Nice.
And that's just like a small like peanut butter container that everything's wrapped around on the top.
Okay.
Very cool.
And it's not even done there. There's a later photo where you actually get to see the ladder.
Okay.
That was still all in construction. The fencing is made from no, that's fine. The fencing itself is around the base is made from gutter guard to keep leaves out of your gutters, plus some lollipop sticks and cut to size and all glued together.
Cool.
Nice. And you also made the board that goes on?
That is from Michael's. They sell those like 26 by 24 poster frames. I just took all the poster stuff out of there and then glued that piece of pink foam, half-inch pink foam, after I carved it and painted it and glued it all in there. So I can hang it on the wall. It's got the little hanger in the back, so I can hang it up.
That is a great idea.
I just recently saw somebody else post a YouTube video about that. I was like, wait a minute, I'm heading that direction. So I didn't steal that idea, but just kind of synergy with that person. So, but yeah, just some hot glue with some miniature paint to create the little, like, I guess, creepy growths.
Very cool.
Yeah, it looks great. And like the texture you've got on there isn't like going to be a problem when you place the miniatures. That's what I like, that you can get that nice texture without like having like big clumps of stuff on there that, you know, make it so you can't put stuff down. So
yeah, it's just
perfectly usable.
Some fine sand glued on in patches, kind of where the reddish color is. That's kind of where the fine sand was glued on. The highest part being the hot glue on top. Those are the actual like sticky up bits that make it a little bit uneven on top, but it's low enough that everything can sit right on
Even
it.
that's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, and it looks excellent.
It does.
Yeah, but I've been wanting to make a framed battle board like that for ages, and that's why I bought that particular gray wood textured frame like, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I finally got it done. I had a good reason to rush it done.
Could be a neat idea too to like if you want to change the surface, like maybe like put magnets or something in the back, embed them into the half-inch foam, and then you can pull it off the frame and like add another whole board in there. And you can have the frame maybe, or the boards like stashed somewhere else, and then the board itself, you know, you can change them out.
Yeah, I might do that on the next one. So
or even just lay it in there. You may not even have to, because it already has the frame, so it's not going to go anywhere, right? It's not going to slide anywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe not even stick it in there, just lay it in there.
Yeah, because it sinks down it's about a half-inch, about a quarter-inch deep. So yeah, you get about a quarter-inch lip for sticking up there. So
that's a great idea, though. Yeah, because that's always the problem with that foam stuff. It's so easy to damage, right? Especially if you're taking it somewhere, if you're taking it to a convention or something like that.
Yeah,
the poster frame around it that protects the edge.
My cat like knocked it off the shelf. I had it on the other end. I'm like, no, because I was like, he's gonna dent up the corner really bad, but he didn't. It kind of fell just right, so it's not damage. I'm like,
right.
Dang it, cat. Yeah, that backdrop. Pasha Smith again. I got that off Shutterstock. It was a tiny little picture. But I had blown it up. The artwork itself has more detail, which I didn't have the time to get to, like adding like layers and windows and all sorts of to make all that look like cityscape that's in ruin back there. But
I think it gives the idea, and besides, if it's the backdrop, you don't want to put too much detail into it. I think this one has the right amount of texture that okay, you can tell it's a cityscape. You're seeing it through this heat haze and stuff, but you don't have any details to distract you.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't distract you. Yeah.
Ooh.
Cool.
And then the flat pieces I had crafted ages ago, but the upright pillars was something I wanted to throw. I threw together real quick for the crafting challenge. Just 1/2 inch pink foam, carved in. Took a craft knife and just etched all around it to get the little grooves, and then hit all those edges with the steel brush again to rip out some of it to give it a little bit of styration, layers of rock.
Very cool.
Thank you. Again, I took a bunch of pictures, loaded a bunch up. So
yeah, I'm scrolling through them here on. I'm not on the same space as Karl. I've just been going through because
it's a lot. So you can get a good look at some of the detail and the scale. All my unpainted zombicide miniatures.
Sorry, did you mention already? Where are you with it? Where's Karl? I just don't want to jump ahead. Yeah, did you mention how you made these little stacked?
Yeah, they're 1/2 inch pink insulation foam.
Scraped on the sides.
Yeah, just carved into shape, and then using the craft knife to kind of like make serrated cuts all around it, and then I went back with the steel brush and ripped out some of the material to give it the flakiness of it.
Oh, like the striations, yeah.
Yeah, the striations.
Stratified rock texture.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Looks great.
I've seen that done a bunch of times, so I just wanted to duplicate it.
It's very effective.
And I try to use like the battle board itself has a particular color scheme, and I made some pillars that are one bit of the color, the more beige, and then the red color I brought back in with this alternate style of pillar, which just using.
I like the way you used your offcuts. You kept your offcut parts and used them on their sides as a different style of rock outcropping.
Yep, just took 2 halves and glued them together to try and make those low bits. Yeah, those are just all the offcuts of the square pink foam. And of course, it's like 2-inch pink foam that I carved down to make the pillars themselves. And those flat bits, again, were crafted like a year or so ago. The very flat platforming.
I'm thinking with the volume of terrain you made purely for this, you could fill out a good-sized wargaming table.
Yeah, and again, multiple angles just to give it some scale, but
it's great.
If we're going by image numbers, let me see.
Yeah, Paul, they're all numbered from the way my phone took the pictures, so it's like
I've kind of jumped ahead of where Karl's at, but there's a shot coming up that is just, I love it.
I really like how the backdrop adds to this.
Yeah, I had taken some of the photos. There's some later photos that have like no backdrop that I set up, and I was like, ugh, just the state of my craft space exposed.
Like, this looks good. Is this what we were talking about, Mike?
This is what I was saying earlier about the number of different layouts you could do with all of that scatter, and like with the backdrop and then the water tower in the background there. That just looks so good. I love that.
Does. It looks, it's fantastic.
I just realized that this shipping container is the gate. This is really awesome.
Yeah.
I saw them do that in that Zack Snyder zombie film on Netflix. I'm like, ooh, that's a good idea as a way to build your gate, into your compound. But then there's the water tower. I got the ladder on there finally, so I literally finished painting that yesterday. The ladder for it.
Looks like you put some more rust on it too, or rust on it.
Yeah, and a bunch of light coffee stir sticks chopped up to make the ladders that are up to the platforms and things like that. And there's also some just plain flat spacers to go between, which is really noticeable on the one next to the entrance, where the shipping container is. You can see one of those just like spanning the breach between
Oh
the.
yeah. Very cool.
This is epic. There we go.
You know what you could do? Like this is just I don't know why this jumped into my head, but it's probably because it's the post-apocalyptic thing. Is the way you've done a battle board on that? You could just do a water board, and you've got water world.
Yep, true.
You could literally just take your pieces and set it on a water board, and instantly you've just totally changed the dynamic of your terrain there. No, I'm gonna.
Thank you so much, guys. I am humbled by your praise here. Although I'm also pumped. I'm like, dang, I did a good job.
Yeah, you did do a good job.
You did. You should be proud. That's great.
Like, my back hurts from sitting here for all the hours. Neck and back, and I have a mild allergy to the acrylic paint, so it's like, like
you clearly put a lot of effort into it. So,
yes,
it's warranted praise, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. Those are my literally my first ruined big buildings. I've got a smaller one I did later. It's pictured later, but that was a new craft. I had a gift card for Home Depot, and they have this 1/4 inch, it's pretty rigid pink foam, but it's like 4 feet by 50 feet. It's accordion down to you got to tuck it under your arm and haul it up. So I've got like 4 feet by 50 feet of this 1/4 inch high density pink foam because someone gave me a gift card. And that's like almost 100% that. There's some
oh, cool.
There's some foam core in there, but that's almost all like that 1/4 inch insulation foam to make those buildings, except for some of the details are hot wire cut down bits of 1/2 inch foam.
Nice.
Again, stir sticks for the ladders. The roads are made from, again, the 2 mil cardstock and Dollar Tree's foam core to make up the board or the curbs, and then some fine sand for the road surface.
Okay.
Those have been done for a while. I just haven't ever finished them. I made those like 2 years ago. I just never finished them. But I was like, I need to throw those down for these photos.
Right. Yeah, looks good.
The concrete walls are made from Jenga blocks, stacked and glued together, and then got some sand mixed into some like wall filler, and just plastered all over it, and then just painted up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it works great.
Yeah. And I like that there's all this internal detail going on here.
Yeah, that foam was kind of flimsy, so I went back and put that cardstock in the interior. It was more to give it structural stability, but I did it to try and make it look decorative, so to speak. But yeah,
it's a great for both your solutions. It looks good and it adds structural integrity. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was kind of like wiggle. Yeah.
Hide that kind of stuff when you need. Oh, I need more strength to this. Add it to the build, right? Add it to the structure.
I started to apocalypse up a couple vehicles. I got like a monster truck in the scale of these cars on here. It's in pieces that I started to put tried to gas lands it up a little bit. It's in pieces still, and I've got a bus in that scale too that I want to finish up at some point. So yeah, more just shots upon shots. Now, in Death to Smoochie, it is a rocket ship. um, just real quickly, that is made from a Pringles can that I cut and then kind of twisted down to form kind of a cylindrical shape, a smaller cylindrical shape. And one of those plastic Easter eggs, the top part, it's got the big,
Okay,
the
yeah.
more pointy end,
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
bottom part is on the bottom to create the thrust rocket. And then it's just
fun.
all, and then I wrapped it with cut cardstock to hold everything in place, and then put that again, that those really thin crafting foam all over there, that in little cut bits. And then the hot glue gun nozzle, I just pressed it into that foam and give it a little bit of a twist for a couple seconds to create the rivet pattern in that soft foam.
Oh, nice. Great idea.
Yeah.
Right. I had to nip out just a second there. And there was something about one of the previous photographs was the little bullet holes in the
Yeah, there were.
Okay, cool.
1 second, let's see if I can find
That's
it
that's
again.
enough. I'm not asking you to go back. I mean, you can if you want, but
Yeah,
I noticed that. I love that little line of bullet holes.
Yeah, great detail.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you jump backwards there.
That's all right. So we're here. There. And I think this is the smaller building that you mentioned, yeah?
Yeah, that was the first like big building. I built it like all rectangular, and then I cut the two sides off, and then I just used the offcuts to stick together to make a smaller building with some slightly different accents to make it look a little different. And then trying to make up some tank blockers that are sitting there on the ground, which is just cardstock. Yep, and then some
okay, here we go.
barbecue skewers, and then the one with that, like Earthman brick, I actually used very thin, like jeweler's wire, and just twisted it up with a drill, and then used that to and then wrapped it around like a pencil to give it some curl, and then wound it in there.
Nice.
But yep, and there's still everything under construction, stuff still being built. But that's all of it, just kind of in one place.
All of it in one place. Okay, I see the tabs under the other tabs. Yes.
Yeah, and then I posted that one on Facebook the other day. But the ladder is not painted on the tower and everything. So yeah, just.
So, quick question: did you get the question from BGD already?
Let's see. What was the question from BGD? How does using is it this one, Mike? How does using the one-fourth formula XPS foam compare to using the dollar store core?
It's a lot nicer. It's stiffer. And it's got a vapor barrier on it. It's really a pain in the butt to peel off because the whole thing's got like these little I don't know how far apart, like little pinprick holes through the whole thing. And to get that vapor barrier off, it takes a little effort, but yeah, much nicer to work with, just because it's more rigid, and it didn't take the texture as well as, say, like dollar store foam core, but yeah, just the fact that it is rigid, and again, I got like it's 4 foot by like 50 feet accordion down into a thing, like $45. I had a gift card for like $50. So I don't know how many, 32 by 50. So like 25, basically 25 2 by 4 foot panels. 50, well, 25. Yeah. I'm doing the math. So, but yeah, that's everything.
Brilliant work. Very, very good.
So let's see.
Thank you.
Earthman Brick is saying Rocket by Bezos. I mean, I think this one looked more sensible than whatever that guy built. Okay.
Rocket by what? I'm sorry.
I was talking about the rocket. And Dirty Basement Terrain saying the twisted wire technique is how I make all my ropes and nooses. Nice.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and I see just. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say this was an amazing job. I mean, that's a ton of terrain.
Thank you very much, Carl. I'll get off here, let you guys move on to the next people. So thank you again, everybody.
Thanks for joining
all
us.
the great stuff.
Hey, you're welcome. We'll see you again. We'll see you all again soon.
Oh yeah,
Take
for
care,
sure.
man.
Take care.
Hey, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think that might even be more terrain than you would need to put a whole together. Yeah.
I mean, it's more about. I don't even think it's that amount of terrain. It's just that it's so versatile and that you can use it in so many. Like, I mean, but I think that's certainly for specifically crafted for one of the challenges. That's probably.
Yeah, I mean that's above and beyond. Seriously.
The most that's been built for a challenge that I've seen in quite a while.
So yeah, awesome stuff.
And just so you know, Karl, the reason why I had to turn my camera off and mic off for a minute there is my wife popped her head around the door and I'm going to have to dip out before 8.
Okay, no worries.
So I've only got about 10, 15 minutes left. But like obviously I'll come back and catch up on what I don't see. So sorry about that. I'm going to have to dip out a little bit.
Don't worry about it. You take care of business. But while we still have you, let's jump on to the next one.
Who are we on to next?
And we're on to Full Moon Crafting Studios.
Full Moon, yeah. It's another.
Yeah, that's.
They went for it with a photograph.
So yeah, 1 second. Sean, if you want to jump in, I'm just going to send the invite link.
Cool.
Here we go.
I have been scouting ahead a little bit today.
So one of the things that Sean did with the Wasted World rules is he basically took them and ran an apocalyptic zombie game. It turned out really good. Yeah, just same rules as Wasted World.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. You could totally crack. You could totally do that with the rules. Neat.
Okay, let's give Sean a second to connect and.
Is that a 3D print?
Yes.
There you go.
Yep. Hey, how's it going? This one is a 3D print of a camper, and when we were playing Wasted World, I found this and I printed it and just did it in the black and white with the color pop of the green. Excuse me.
What's that movie 2012? It reminds me of the camper of the guy who was sitting up in the park waiting for everything to kick off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's that over there on the side? Is this piece of wood patching up thing?
Yep.
All right. Okay, now let's see. This is part of your the MDF town you're
building? It's from my apocalyptic town. I don't play like in the future apocalyptic games. I play, it's been a month, it's been 2 months, it's been 3 months to build up that suspense level so you can start like right when it happens. So it's complete and utter chaos at the beginning of the game. Because you have nothing. You are, you're a person that works in whatever, you're a firefighter or, whatever. And you just found people to try to survive whatever's happening.
You haven't stitched a chainsaw to your arm yet?
No, not yet.
That's smart. Yeah. Smart. You haven't shot that smart. Oh, the air conditioner is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dirty windows. Yeah.
A lot of these aren't even done yet. There's only 2 that are actually completely done. The rest of these are in various stages of being completed because as I play, as I describe the building, it starts to formulate what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, fun.
I like this fabric awning over the what's the tissue
Oh, yeah,
paper
yeah.
or what do you use?
Awning is really nice.
That is a shop towel.
Okay.
Nice.
And then soaked in glue, and it's got a balsa wood frame.
And these dusty windows look really good.
Yeah. That took a little bit of finagling and learning how to do to get it to where it looked right.
So it's just painted over, or do you apply something? How does it work?
The food packaging I use is like the containers for the little donuts at Walmart. And when super glue hits it, it'll fog it up.
Okay, yeah.
And then I went from that point to taking and doing different types of dry brushing to get the right amount of where, you walk up to it and you have to wipe the window to see what's inside the building.
Oh,
Right.
Yep.
Okay, nice.
So that's an actual representation of like my thought process of when my characters had gone up to the window and wiped the window away. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I mean, there's some streaks here. It literally looks like someone has been, wiping away someone with their finger. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, trust me, that was a pain.
I can imagine.
But an unsharpened pencil works wonders.
Cool.
And then on this one, I did the packaging that I used was plastic that for the windows on the top floor. That has it was black plastic, but you could still see through it. So like I did because my player characters, they all took and grabbed garbage bags and they were taping them over the windows.
Ah, nice.
So that's where that came from. And my players are 2 16-year-olds, an 11-year-old, and a 5-year-old. So yeah.
Okay, nice texture going on here.
Yeah, that was done with PVA glue wall, and I put that on there first, let it dry for 3 days so it was completely dry, and then when I put the wash on, I dabbed it on, and because the wash reactivated the glue, I started pulling the glue up because of how fast I was dabbing, and it gives it this texture of like something like hit the ground and splattered something all over the side of the building.
Nice.
So was that intentional, or it was just? Oh, it was at the time. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering whether you just like, oh, this is cool, I'm going to keep doing it.
No, because I've been trying to figure out how to do texture on MDF walls, quick, easy, and without a lot of effort, and that's what I found. Because you can use like texture paste and all that kind of stuff, but when you have your container, your glue sitting right there, you're like, let's try that real quick and see what happens. So
okay, I think I see the super glue reaction over here.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
So it gives it just the right amount. And then this is the same thing with the glue, but I didn't on the white building, but I did not dab it. I just let it drip down and then wiped off all the excess. Ooh. So you can see how it creates like the little swirls in it. So it actually looks like a concrete texture.
Yeah.
On like on the big buildings, like they have like that weird stucco look to them. That's what I was trying to emulate.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And that white building right there will eventually be a bank. So just have to put the sign and stuff on it still.
Okay, let's see a close up of the texture. Yeah. Okay, that's a neat tip. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I love corrugated.
Oh yeah,
corrugated.
This is great.
Yeah, that building there is the ammunition shop that they had the gun store that my characters had raided, and they figured out that they were able to pry the door away, and that hole was just big enough for one of them to get inside and break the window and crawl through. The door is still behind there with the glass in it and everything. So it's kind of and the color scheme on this is spray paints, except for the brick and the writing. Everything else is just spray paint to get that texture that I got.
Nice.
Well, in the corrugated card there, that's all. Well, that was done with spray paints as well and a dry brush.
Okay, guys, I am going to sadly have to love you and leave you.
Okay, you take care, man. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, have a good one.
And I'll probably see you on Discord somewhere.
Sure thing.
Nice to see you all. And everyone who's put some work in. Everything that I saw is absolutely awesome. And I had a jump ahead. I did see Kim's work coming up. Yeah, it's all looking amazing. All right, guys.
Okay, you take care, man.
Chat to you all soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, this is the gas station, the sip and suck. That is Dollar Tree foam core for the inside of it there, and then I took chipboard that was a very thin weight and cut it into strips and placed every one of those lats individually.
Oh, geez.
But as I placed them, I would take my Dremel tool with a sandpaper on it and grind down the backside of it so it would lay completely flat when you put the next one on, like you would laying actual siding. And I got a nice bag full of stuff to make for terrain. That's what the little goopy little things are on the sides. That is the dust.
Cool. Yeah.
That came off of the little goopy things on the corners there. That is the dust that came off that I mixed with a little bit of green flocking to get it to have a little bit of color in it.
Oh, nice.
That is the same scale as all my buildings, and I still need to finish this one. I need to build the base with the 2 rundown gas pumps that'll go with it. And it could be used for any type of scenarios. I have some bullet holes in the windows on that one.
Cracked window,
yeah. Yeah, you can see them. They're in the door. They're in the windows.
Cool.
So it's like, that creepy gas station at the at the edge of town.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that's a nice detail on the window there.
Yeah.
And as we all know, there'd be nothing in an old creepy gas station, right?
Oh, no, not at all. A bunch of teenagers that are the camp counselors that are trying to get away from the whatever, and they make it to the gas station. And all of the warping and weathering is all done with glue.
Oh, nice.
So I put glue on extremely thin coat of glue, let it dry, see where it started to warp, and put more on it to accent certain parts and to leave other parts alone.
Nice.
So you get it's got a wavy look to it.
Yeah, that looks great.
So great idea.
And everybody here in the States, well, most of us know of Waffle House. So here's my homage to Waffle House.
That's fun.
I still need to do the parking lot of it. So, it's just something to put out that everybody would recognize, like the color scheme, like, oh, okay, I know what that is. It's a restaurant.
Right.
And the way the top is made, I can interchange out. So it could be the Gothel House today. It could be a McDonald's tomorrow, or a Burger King, or whatever type of restaurant, Applebee's, whatever. And it looks like it should.
Yeah.
So you're your mind, when you go to imagine like these awful things that are inside this building or you holding up in there, you have that, like, you've been to these places.
Yeah.
So it draws deeper into the story.
Yeah, I mean, with the glass facing and stuff like that, it already looks like one of the like fast food joint or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
This one's actually a finished building with all the details on it. It's just a shop. I have interchangeable signs that I can throw on top of them. So this one could be like a 24-hour snack place or whatever. And excuse me. So it's that one was an MDF kit. I think the texture on this one, I tried to use texture paste that I made on this one.
Cool.
I like. Oh, there's the detailing of the nails on the
Yeah.
on the door. Yeah.
Well, if you actually look in the center of that, it's kind of washed out. That is the actual symbol that they use for when they quarantine buildings. It's yellow spray paint, and then they put how many people they found alive, how many people they found dead, how many people were taken out, and it was all done like that. And that's just how the photo fades it out. You can actually see it in real life. It's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Neat.
Huh.
And then, of course, the biohazard, thing slapped on there. So whatever's inside there, they tried to trap it inside there.
Neat.
And that is another side. And that is the backside of the building. You can see like there's like muck all over that has oozed down, and that little window is broken. So whatever, like, you could have it to where they're holding up in there, like they did all these preparations before the night before or when they first got there to barricade the door, so that there's the attack that occurred, and or this is what they see when they get there.
And little power boxes.
Yep, a little power box,
Very cool.
That's the part that takes the longest, is like you get the building done and you're like, okay, cool. And then you're like, oh wow, I found this STL and I can go print this. And and then all of a sudden you got like a bin of bits of like things that you've printed, and then like, oh, okay, well, great, I got enough. No, well, you build 5 or 6 buildings and you're like, oh no, I don't have any more, so I got to do that. But then I want to finish this first, so you get into that whole prioritizing what you need to do.
What is this enough you speak of? Oh, pretty.
Cool.
Yeah, that one. Let me see. Yeah, that one's almost done, because I have to do the concrete texture, and that's it could be a jewelry store, it could be whatever you want it to be, but then there's the apartment above it. And that one was done with a combination of the super glue as well as paint on the windows.
Nice. So yeah, we've got a pretty good sized town going on here.
Yeah, well, I've got 16 buildings like this right now that are for like small town USA, but then I have skyscrapers and stuff that I with my laser cutter I'm cutting out this morning, actually, that I will build like a downtown, so you could have like the inner city portion of the game is occurring here, and then just swapping out buildings or even putting them together. Now you've created an actual city, so you could have a small town and a city with just a few modifications.
Awesome. Yeah. So about that YouTube channel.
Oh, everything that I've built, I've recorded everything. And for the past 2 years, I've recorded every project that I've ever done, as simple as like mixing these things together to try to get this to work and all this stuff. So now comes the editing portion. And the way I'm going to do it is where if you watch them, it's going to be a progression of here's where the city starts, the idea, and then it's every building as it goes through. So it becomes a list in itself, but it's the way that the videos turn out, how I'm pushing them out. So you can watch the progression of the city grow. So I thought that was kind of a neat idea. Then it's a lot less work to edit video. So all right, I'm gonna jump off so you can get on the next person here. And thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for joining us, and great work.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so 1 sec. Let's see. So next one up is Dungeon Matron. 1 second. Where did it go? Help. Trying to find where everything went. Here we go. Technology is not cooperating today. Okay, Dungeon Matron. Anytime you want to jump in. And let me bring up the pictures in the meeting. Oh, I see that Steve also finished his other piece. Eight. Ooh.
That's fun.
Dun.
Yeah, it's a clone lab. So her character in the playtest was a clone named Kate. So C8, Kate.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. It looks amazing.
So see, like C7 is still trapped, and so Kate escaped. And then
C9 as well, yeah. Okay, so this was
fun.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. The little young, yeah.
Yeah, especially the one with the bubbles and stuff here. Looks really interesting.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it looks like there's a light, in there. Lights.
There's at least one here, and
yeah, there's one in the clone chamber, and
another one here.
That machine. Great stuff. It looks like the 9 had an accident. Like the bloody goose. And maybe 7 malformed or whatever.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, we hear you. How are you, Lisa?
Hello. Good. How are you?
There she is.
Oh, good, thanks.
Oh, wait a minute. I lost sound.
No, so your sound is good.
How did you do the floor? What's the floor?
Oh, I know why. Okay, hang on. There we go.
I don't think she was hearing us. Hello.
What's the floor made out of, Lisa? Oh, I think I lost her.
Okay, let's just give her a second. Okay, in the meantime, let's just skip through this.
Yeah, I love a little diorama like this that tells a story in it. Yeah, it's another great way to do terrain without, if you want to do this stuff, but you don't necessarily want to do it for games, you could still craft and make cool little dioramas like this to display that tell their own story.
I mean, seriously, this one, it's super atmospheric.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know how she made this one with the bubbles inside it, because that looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa, can you hear us? Are you okay?
Hello. Lisa, can you hear us?
If you can hear us, give us a sign.
Ooh. Any sign, I'll be looking for it. I wonder what those little side things are from. They're perfect on the containers.
Say again, sorry?
Or like the side of the containers.
These things?
Yeah.
I think there were some Christmas tree parts or something like that.
Cool. They're perfect.
Yeah. I wonder if the floor and stuff isn't, and the walls are in some kind of one of those thick EVA mats, but I'm not sure. You know, the stuff like they have for yoga mats and things like that.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, because they do have a texture on them.
So Hans and Jackals is saying, is she stuck in the clone chamber again? Yeah, possibly it could have happened.
Yeah. Did Lisa fail to connect?
Okay, let's try now.
Oh, there she is.
Hey!
Oh, hey!
How are you, Lisa? How are you doing? Okay, wait, because right now we're not hearing you. Nope.
We still don't hear you.
Okay, no.
Oh, sometimes it's tricky when you're trying midstream and it's like,
Oh yeah, I mean like
which one of these is it? Which one of these is it?
all the buttons and stuff are complicated.
Right, right.
Plus different systems and so on. So yeah. So let's see. Oh, we can hear you, but it's very low.
It's very low.
Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay.
Okay.
We have it.
There we go.
Okay.
We got it.
Yay.
It kicked in.
Yay.
Welcome, welcome.
How are you, Lisa?
Oh, geez. I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
good.
We love your craft.
Yep. So this is where Kate was born.
Yeah. I love it. So the miniatures in the other tubes, did you sculpt those or did you get those from somewhere?
My son years ago bought me this gigantic tube of fantasy miniatures, and I just took one of those and cut it to pieces and
nice.
made him into a clone in the making, or a clone being clone coming apart. Either way.
All right. Very cool. That looks great.
Thank you.
Looks great.
Okay, so how do you get the
first resin pour?
Oh, resin pour. Okay.
Huh?
I was going to ask.
Yeah, it was my first. This is my first resin pour.
Nice.
Oh wow. Nice.
Okay, I see.
So the sides of the tubes. What did you use for the sides of the tubes?
Those are those shot glasses from Dollar Tree.
Oh.
Those clear, tall shot glasses from Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Okay, and what
What's
about
the metal
these
piece on the
wings?
side? The wing.
Oh, those are okay. So also Dollar Tree. You know those tiny Christmas trees they had? That's the stands, the little feet on the stands from the Christmas
turned up,
tree.
right? Instead of like going out, turned up. Oh, nice. That's smart. Those look great.
They really feel the part.
I love the circle. Circles in them. Great looking.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's that's a light. Because I just took a picture. That's one of those color changing tea lights underneath him.
Oh, cool. Neat.
Okay, what about this wall over here? The one with the baby clothes.
That's the baby farm. Yeah, so there's a bunch of babies. Well, there's one dead baby, and there's two
Of course there is.
live ones floating in there. Of course there is. Yeah, making that baby skeleton was tough. That took a while.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
At least you didn't lose any fingers.
Maybe Kate
no.
on her brother or sister.
Yeah. Well, that's where Kate got the idea to have her baby farm. She's had to water her babies.
Ah, cool. Yep.
Yeah, that was another thing that happened during our playtest. Basically, Kate was collecting every kind of egg she came across.
Let's see what hatches out of this.
Right, I see that the expert eye of Earthman Brick has already identified the cable ties in this build.
Oh yeah, basically there's bits of everything on there.
Okay, and this control panel looks amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. Great reason to save all those little bits.
Thank you very much.
Make cool stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a bunch of Final Faction stuff.
Oh, fun!
That
was
kit bashed together.
That's great stuff.
Nice.
Oh yeah, great stuff.
Okay, I'm guessing this is some kind of hot glue or something like that. The sponge over here.
Okay, so I spent so much. I went to Joann's and bought some clear glue sticks to try to get. I wanted that to be clear, and it did. It was clear. The glue stick itself was clear, but then when I peeled it up because I put it on a mat, and when I peeled it up, it wasn't clear anymore. So I was like, bummer.
Oh yeah.
And I heard that if you hit it with heat, that it'll get clear again, but it didn't.
Yeah, that's
so.
Okay, so
but yeah, it's where she broke out. There's actually the pieces that come out of there. You can't see them very well, but they're actually the glass pieces are laying there in the fluid on the ground.
Okay. I think I got them.
Very cool.
Okay, so other question: what are the walls and the floor made of?
So that's from another thing from the Dollar Tree. They have these kneeling pads for gardeners that are made from.
Yeah.
Have you seen those, Scotty?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah. So yeah, it's those. I just cut them up and painted them with some metallic paint.
Very cool.
And it looks just like corrugated metal.
It does.
Looks great.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's see. Let's go back to this one. So, I really like how the whole thing just it tells the whole story.
Oh, that's what I love.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, it's a great.
Yeah, I like that you also can. It's versatile, so it doesn't have to be about Kate. It can be just okay. The clone popped out, or it could be. You could put something in there like a bad dude that's going to attack you or whatever. So I like that it's a versatile set and I like that it can be played on. You can play on it.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
And it really looks good.
It does.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Karl, that I wasn't able to utilize your idea with the tubes connecting everything. I really wanted to do that, but I just couldn't get it to work.
I think this makes more sense because you can move the pieces around a bit more. That would have possibly been a bit too noisy, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Some ideas you start and they either just don't come together or they're not looking like you expected, or just go with whatever.
Yeah, through so many iterations.
I think all of us crafters have had like, oh, this is no, it's not such a great idea. Everybody said, this doesn't look like I thought it would, or
Exactly.
I think now it's fun to experiment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Said whoever
Yeah,
it's not getting value to the piece, It's like this is a lot of work without much value to the piece, right?
Mhm.
So
Right, exactly. Right. But this is prime territory for #EvilDM to do his stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I don't have a huge amount of stuff to display here, like Mia or Sean, guys, but who are amazing.
Well, you knocked it out of the park. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
there
you
it
made
is.
up for the volume, literally in detail.
Yeah, it's very evocative.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think this one has all of the vibes.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love the story.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Tell it.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to pop off and let's see the rest of this awesome
Thanks
stuff.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Lisa, and speak to you soon. And let's see who's up next. Who is up next? Oh, Questboard Train. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So let's just get game on here. Okay, link is in the chat, Kim, if you want to join us. Let's see.
Cool.
Okay, so it's windmill going on here. Okay,
neat.
So that spins too.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we loud and clear. How are you, Kim?
Oh, hey.
Hello. How are you doing today?
Oh, good, thank you.
Good.
Wonderful.
So, what are we looking at here, Kim?
So, as you know, I make everything fit my plans, my stories. So, I wanted to make the old bone grinder from Curse of Strahd. So, I was going to make a windmill, and then the apocalyptic challenge happened, so I had to destroy it.
Yeah, okay. If you had to, I mean,
Yeah. So actually the windmill itself, number one, is basically showing that the blades work.
Okay.
And it's not
That's
motorized,
cool.
but the blades do work.
That's
And
cool.
the other photos are just sort of close-ups of it after the apocalypse of the story happens. So I've got the Cyclopex lights, a couple of changing tea lights. It's primarily soup, old soup container. I've got that cork you were talking about, DM Scotty, that cork, that's the cladding of the building itself. So it's that thin adhesive cork. That's what that
nice.
is.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Very cool.
For the texture.
Great texture. Great texture.
I think it came out really nice. The granny grating for the windmill blades. And inside, it's actually, there's 3 different levels of the actual windmill that, yes, I did have to make 2. So it's like a placemat, bamboo placemat, a couple of bottle tops, Scrabble letters, old Scrabble letters for stairs. So 4 different levels of it that you can actually play on. So I think it came out fine for me. And the millstone, and the mill made the millstone and everything. The millstone actually turns. I just
seriously
didn't want it to. Yeah, it turns. Yeah. But you can't see it in there. Yeah. You can't see it inside because it's actually inside the full one.
I see.
But if you're playing, it's there because Karl, I think you might have been on one of the crafting meetups where I was trying to space it so that I could make sure that a character could move around the millstone.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was trying to get my video ready, but hopefully it'll be done tonight.
Okay, so yeah, people, if you're not subscribed to Questboard Train, make it happen. Do it. Subscribe.
Oh,
I mean, come on, I love your videos. I love the stories you tell.
thank you very much. This hopefully, well, it depends. I don't want to give too much away, but Apocalypse, I made it an apocalypse. So.
Very cool.
Okay, no, I think this style fits more into a kind of a fantasy theme, but I could see this happening like collapse of civilization, collapse of society. So people start building things like windmills and things again. So yeah, I think this could still fit. I think.
I just made it into its own little apocalypse.
Yeah, that works.
The wider world might not be affected, but I had a couple of other ideas, but that means I would end up doing 3 different things, and I couldn't do that.
Okay, right. Calm down. No. I think we've got enough overachievers in this team.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Wow.
No, but yeah, I mean, I like the idea of having the completed building and the ruined part, and that both of them are playable. So yeah, it's really good.
I agree. Yeah.
And you're really making the lighting work here.
Yeah, when I was
great.
Yeah, thank you. When I was setting up the destroyed version, I realized that that it was still playable, and I thought that would be really cool because then things are coming out of all the nooks and crannies of the. So yeah, and actually for the destruction, there could be a sort of timer set where once this one thing happens, the first level explodes, and then the next level goes, and then the next level. So you can sort of parse out. Yeah, absolutely. You have to get to the next level, or you're done for. And then you have one more.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah.
I love this. So yeah, I will be looking forward to this video.
I appreciate it. Oh, that was it. Just wanted to get on and say hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for taking a look.
Hey, great seeing you. You take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, DM Scotty.
Okay, so. Oh, I think we're on the last one. With Earthman Brick again. Oh, did you? Man.
Oh.
Okay, Steve, if you want to jump back on, you know where the link is.
Oh, nice.
Let me just repost it again, just in case.
Yeah. Look at is that like a dumpster mimic kind of thing?
1 second, let's see.
On the right there.
Oh, whoa. I think it might be. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, the waste management.
Okay, the comic store, more dumpsters.
Yeah, that's great. The sign is great. That's funny. Waste Management is my removal company.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the horde. That's awesome. Closed.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, I was there for a second. Too many windows.
Yeah, I think so.
What's this bloody computers and the internet? What's happening? But yeah, I thought I'd do a tiny little diorama with just some, what is it, Romeros, which is the zombie term that's used in DM Scotty's Ultimate Extravaganza. New game galore. That's right. Wasted World. Epic. And yes, I believe you have sort of like wormed in a way Oh, my cat's trying to join in as well. Yeah, so yeah, I think you have wormed in a way. There is a sort of kind of mimic in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So how does that work?
Well, just like any mimic, it waits for you to get close and then
Yeah, is it called a trapper or
yeah, it's called a trapper. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's a bad idea to go dumpster diving, yeah?
Yeah, just watch out when you're searching the wasteland, because
Exactly.
Yes.
there's some bad things there.
I
So
love,
yeah.
I love what you've done with the storefront here.
Oh, cheers. That's one of the TT combat kits. It was a bit barren, to be honest. And so I just again with the what is it, toy catalog cuttings, I just cut out some basic and I even just cut out words and just put them on top of like bits of card and things and thought, good enough. That'll do, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it works.
And yeah, when you dirty up the windows like that, you're not going to be able to make out any of the shapes anyway.
Exactly. It's more the impression, really, than the actual shape. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, because you are actually trained as a classical artist, aren't you, Scotty? You went to art school and stuff, didn't you?
Well, I was an art major in high school, but I did media in college.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. And I did take a little more art, but yeah, I never did it any. It was more I just like because I like to do it.
Well, you do it well, man. It's inspired. Thank you. I think I speak for everyone here where you've definitely inspired us to do the craft in the first place, because you are the forefather of craft.
That makes me happy. That's I love that people are enjoying it so much. Getting such a value out of it.
And yeah, in the game as well, there's like a series of cults, isn't there? There's
oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever decided or settled on a specific name for the cult, or if there's going to be heaps of different kinds of cults.
Right.
How does that work?
Book, we had to cut back a little bit. So there are the pale cones, which they wear traffic cones on their head.
Oh, nice.
And they just show up in mass at different places, you know. So they have to deal with them. But in our play tests, I did some other thing. I had the Children of the Apocalypse, which were really kind of these freaked out cultists that were miasma soaked and all this kind of stuff. And I had the restorationists in one game I ran, which were like they wanted to go back to the old, you know, or they believed that technology was the cause of everything, and they were, you know, primitive, you know, and used crossbows, and they didn't use modern weapons or anything. Wear robes, of course. So, but yeah, you can, you know, your own games, you can. There's all kinds of cults, I'm sure, so you can make anything you want. But yeah, the pale cones are the big ones in the in the book now.
Oh, that's perfect. And I did manage to get my build done, which was a subway carriage car.
Not this one. This one.
Yeah, that one. So that was the build that I'd worked on, and that's entirely scratch built. It's I managed to get this done this week. So
it looks great.
Yeah, it's like you'll be able, and yeah, what it is it's you wouldn't be able to play the interior because it's way too small.
Yeah.
But the side panels all come apart, and then it creates an interior backdrop for you to play in. So if you wanted to open it up, those are the two halves that come together.
So you take it apart, and then you can use it. Nice, makes sense.
Yeah, that's a great way to do that.
Yeah, so I'll I mean, I've not started the video portion of it yet, and it's a very basic paint job, but it's just to give you guys the rough idea, because I think when you're in the wasted world and stuff, I think the majority of the time we were overground, but there was many an adventure where we were playing, and a lot of underground like military bunkers and such like.
Right.
And no doubt there'll be like subways, there'll be sewers, all sorts of places to explore where there are safe havens, and they might not all be populated by people.
Right. Yeah, I had a playtest adventure called Iron Kelly's Stash, and it was like this legendary wastelander had this big stash of goods, and they're all all these people are coming after it, and you go into the tunnels under the city. They're like the train tunnels, and I had them like the maglev tunnels, which are like the magnetic trains that can hover over the tracks. So of course it's they're searching through there for his stash. So that's a fun adventure.
I believe that's
That
also
sounds
on,
awesome.
I
All
think
kinds
that's
of red herring in that one.
I think that was also on Shadows of Arconia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was, yeah. I ran that on Shadows of Arconia. Yeah. Steve died in it.
Yeah, I remember that.
This spider mutant dropped from the ceiling and ate him.
Oh no.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasted World is not a happy place.
Right.
Unless you're a spider.
Right. A spider was pretty happy.
Oh look, there's lunch and dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And are these the other arcade games you
The
had
food
prepared?
ball, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's just a few of them. I just was like, oh, that one wasn't in the last pick. That one wasn't. That one that wasn't. There's actually a heap more as well. All with like various states of like disrepair and whatever. But yeah, I made a what is that? That's a Pokemon Whack-A-Mole, and it's like little diglets that pop up.
Yeah.
And yeah, great fun making that little mallet as well. There's the Star Wars pinball table and another Pokemon arcade game as well. Yeah, just oh yeah,
this screen still works here, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all sort of like meant to be trashed. Again, it's just sort of like various sort of background scatter, because I did have an idea for one of the adventures for Wasted World where you wander into an old arcade, and because the miasma's taken it over, you actually end up in a virtual arcade 80s style world.
Oh, neat.
Where the alien what is it, like the sort of the characters and stuff come to life, because that's kind of how the miasma cloud works, isn't it? It's like it amplifies your imagination and people's heightened states of emotions and things. So it can take the intangible and concepts and turn them into reality. So that was always a sort of like a fun one I wanted to try out at some point.
Yeah,
that's a great idea with that, because it can saturate your mind and bring that kind of stuff to life.
And thinking about it, even an arcade is a great setting for Wasted World because it's super creepy with all the broken machines and stuff. And if something happens and then all the machines start making noises at the same time, that's going to be pretty terrifying.
Oh, right. Yeah. Like it seems dead, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, you could even go like, what is it, like a full-blown Five Nights at Freddy's style affair with the old animatronics coming to life. And,
the animatronics could be like killbots, and they're like,
yeah, we're gonna need a bigger flamethrower.
Corrupted by the miasma or whatever. So instead of entertainers, they're now like killers.
Love it. Yeah, but that's about all I had left to show you. But yeah, I just wanted to say a big thank you for letting me play test and help out with the whole sort of like Wasted World thing. I'm highly looking forward to the release of it. I think it's going to be something special, and I think it's got a little something for everyone. Because you know how you get people who love sci-fi, or they love cyberpunk, or they love fantasy. Wasted World is kind of a unique catch-all where it just sort of like embodies all of it.
Right.
And it really is a perfect catch-all of a game.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's a great encapsulation of the game. I think. Yeah, it really. I think that's why it hangs. I really like it so much because you do so much with it actually. Right.
Yeah, that and everyone under the sun who's already played Easy D6 has been chomping at the bit for Wasted World for like ever. They're like, oh, when's it coming out? When's it coming out?
Yeah, especially with DM Scotty just teasing. Yeah, it's going to come out soon. It's going. Oh, it's got this cool thing in it.
Yeah, we had the proofs come back and there were problems with the proof. So I was like, no. So we'll get there.
Yep. And I mean, it is a great game. I mean, like, I'm really looking forward for everyone to see it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. And thank you so much for helping me. It really helped shape the game.
Yeah, no sweat. It was fun.
Definitely our privilege, that's for sure.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
But yeah, I'll nip off and let you guys have a final shill of the book and everything else, because yeah, there's so much in there, and yeah, I could talk endlessly about it, but I think the audience wants to hear it from you guys. So you guys take care.
Okay, take care. Say hi to Poppy.
Bye, man.
Will do.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, cool! Wow, that was some great stuff.
Yeah, I think we've gone through all this stuff. That was a whole bunch of awesome, everyone. Thanks.
It was. Yeah, just seeing everybody's efforts and just showing how you can make great stuff out of junk. I mean, a lot of it was made out of junk. It's just that normal people would sane people would throw away. I might say.
Shh, don't say the T word. Don't say the T word.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, I mean, it's just all it takes is it just shows all it takes is a little bit of a creative eye, to look at something in a different way. Turn it upside down, paint it, and then you got, you have your generator, add a few bits to it, you have your generator. You have your building. So
okay, for sure. And I think that people are all saying thanks to you in the chat.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you everybody for showing up. We really appreciate it.
Okay, do you have any closing message before we wrap up for today?
I can't wait. I'm dying to get Wasted World into your hands. I'm trying. So I promise you any day now. I promise you any day now. It will be here. So keep on the lookout, and I'll shout it out from the rooftops as soon as I find out.
Okay, so with that, Scotty, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everyone who watched us and submitted stuff. We'll probably come up with a new challenge for April. Probably going to skip March because it's a bit too tight, but we'll keep you informed on the Discord. Again, Scotty, thank you so much for joining us, and
thank you.
It's great to see everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.